In this video, we are going to talk about 10 ways to improve communication with your children. So before starting this video, please like this video and subscribe to this channel for our future updates. You are experiencing frustration, confusion, and, well, anger yourself as a result of the irate child that you are currently dealing with. There will be times when you feel powerless in the face of your child's rage and have no idea what to do. There is a chance. It's important to keep in mind that rage is a natural feeling to feel. We all feel it. You, as a parent, are in the best position to assist your son or daughter in mastering the skill of controlling their outbursts, which is a natural and expected part of the maturation process. It is essential that you are aware that anger is typically a symptom of something else going on in a person's life. If you go to the root of the problem, your child's frustration will dissipate as quickly as it appeared. Conversation, genuine conversation, is the key to success. Number 10. Reflect feelings. One of the most significant talents that effective listeners possess is the ability to empathize with the speaker by making an effort to understand the speaker's ideas and feelings. This is accomplished by putting themselves in the position of the speaker. As a parent, you should make an effort to mimic the emotions of your children by reiterating them. You may mirror the emotions of a child by saying something like, "It seems as though you have a grudge towards your arithmetic teacher," as an example. When children are going through intense feelings that they might not completely understand, it can be helpful to restate or rephrase what they have stated. When you validate a child's emotion, you teach that youngster to be more sensitive to that emotion, you grant them permission to feel it, and you teach them to recognize it in themselves and in others. Number 9. Try to see the situation through your child's eyes. Before you react, you should make an effort to put yourself in your child's shoes. We frequently believe that our children are capable of comprehending adult-level methods of thinking, but we fail to take into consideration how they might be thinking about the issue or how they might be observing it. At that particular moment, what kinds of developmental requirements might they have that they are unable to properly identify or ask for? For instance, while you and your spouse are getting ready to leave the house for a much-needed night out, your child has a mental breakdown in front of the babysitter because they don't want you to leave and they don't want the babysitter to watch them alone. You have the option of getting angry, ignoring the conduct of your child, or asking yourself, "What is my child trying to say right now? What need might they have that I should be attended to?" Is the person's agitated conduct, for instance, a request for comfort, security, or reassurance? If not, what other aspect of their behavior do you not comprehend? When you are able to see that particular behaviors are linked to their developmental needs, it is much simpler to remain logical and patient while attempting to find an intervention that is suitable. Number 8. Avoid shaming your child, rather focus on behavior. A child's worth can be diminished by shaming them. For instance, a child of 10 years old accidentally spills his milk at dinner for the third time in the past week, and his father loses his cool and yells at him, calling him an idiot and demanding that he be more careful. These incidents of humiliation, taken together, give the youngster the impression that they are flawed. Concentrating on the behavior being addressed is a more effective strategy. In the same scenario, the father might respond by saying, "It's all right. It was only an accident, so let's fetch a towel to mop it up, shall we?" Instead of reaching across the table for things, could you perhaps ask others to bring them to you instead? Youngster does not know how to repair the fact that they are faulty, but they can learn how to rectify their conduct if they are instructed in a manner that is loving and encouraging. Number 7. Encourage your child to think proactively about solutions. Ask your child what he wants to happen or what he would like to change when you find yourself in a situation where you and your child cannot agree on a decision. This demonstrates to them that there is more than one way to solve an issue. If they can think of a rational solution to the issue at hand, you should let them test it out. When we encourage our children to be a part of the answer to a problem, it often gives them a greater desire to find a solution to the problem. Number 6. Eat together. The typical life of an American family is rather hectic. The hours that were once spent chatting at the dinner table have been replaced by time spent dashing off to various activities. Our children will no longer have access to countless formative hours that were formerly theirs. Be sure to guard mealtimes with your family. It should be a priority to eat together at least twice or 3 times every week at the very least. There was no television and no phones. Number 5. Get off their backs. Do you feel the need to correct each other in almost every conversation? Because of this, a youngster may experience a loss of self-confidence and withdraw from interaction with you. Maintain a sense of equilibrium in your conversations. Select the appropriate times to insert yourself into their lives. Allow them the opportunity to learn from their mistakes and fall short. Inquire of them as to whether or not they would even be interested in hearing your viewpoint. Number 4. Avoid lecturing. Nobody ever said being a parent would be easy, and nobody ever expected it to be. No matter how experienced you are as a parent, there will be times during your journey when you feel overwhelmed, and there will also be times when you need your child to listen to what you have to say and grasp what you are trying to communicate. It is imperative that parents keep in mind not to lecture their children during these times. The delivery of a lecture, whatever how alluring it may be, is never productive. In point of fact, it might even be detrimental to the bond you have with your kid rather than beneficial. Children may even become utterly unable to communicate if they are continually lectured to. When you feel like you've reached a barrier in communication, it's better to put the conversation on hold and return to the subject at a later time when you and your partner are both prepared to continue the conversation. Number 3. Listen to your child, even if you disagree. Teaching and directing your children through life is an important part of being a parent. At the same time, parents have to keep in mind that their children are still people, complete with their own thoughts and perspectives. When your children talk, you should make it a point to listen to what they have to say, despite the fact that your perspective can be different from theirs, but that it still matters. When you truly listen to children, you demonstrate that you respect them as unique individuals who are able to think for themselves and express their thoughts and feelings openly and without fear of being judged, despite the fact that your perspectives may be very different from theirs and that you may hold very different beliefs. Number 2. Talk to them about your own experiences. Communication between parents and children ought to take place in both directions and be modified according to the ages of the children involved. You could discover that sharing your own experiences, both from the past and the present, is highly valuable to the conversation. Share with them how you are feeling and what is going through your mind. This not only makes you appear more human, but it also brings down the front that you sometimes put up of being unbeatable. Your children will have a stronger sense of connection to you and will acquire new skills for resolving issues as a result of this mode of communication. This will prepare the road for further transparency and trust on their end, although it does not necessarily suggest that they will do the same thing themselves. They will confide in you enough to share the details of what is going on in their lives with you. Number 1. Lead by example. Direct and unambiguous language should be used in all communications between parents and their children. Your children are more likely to retreat within themselves if they overhear you discussing topics such as them, your family, and other private matters with third parties. They will be terrified that you will expose their deepest, darkest secrets. Sincerity is another essential component of effective communication. It is critical to give your best effort to be truthful in what you think, say, and feel at all times. This also requires maintaining the commitments and promises you make to other people. Even if they are aware that you won't agree with what they have to say, your children will probably still come to you if they believe that you are genuine. They will do a fantastic thing, which is to put their trust in you to find answers to their questions and concerns. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.